Emmerdale fans point out missing detail which could prove Robert Sugden's innocence. Emmerdale viewers have been left puzzled over a missing detail as Aaron Dingle, portrayed by Danny Miller, battles for his life in hospital. In Wednesday's episode of the ITV soap, Aaron and his spouse, John Sugden, Oliver Farnworth, were rushed to hospital after John dragged them both off a cliff edge. Robert Sugden, Ryan Hawley, cried out for assistance after attempting to help John and Aaron at the bottom of the slope. John, the twisted paramedic who arrived in the Dales last year as Robert's estranged half-brother, has murdered Nate Robinson and then pinned the crime on troubled patient Owen. John has also kept Mackenzie Boyd, Lawrence Robb, captive in an underground bunker after shooting him with a bow and arrow several weeks ago. After discovering that Aaron and Robert had been intimate, John drugged his husband, Aaron, and attempted to isolate him at their country cottage. Just before the cliff plunge, John rang the police and claimed that his husband's ex, Robert, had arrived and was threatening to kill them both. He then seized Aaron, made a remark about how he cannot belong to anyone else, and jumped from the edge. Robert then dashed down the hill after dialing for an ambulance. He cradled Aaron in his arms, expressing his love for him and praying for his survival. At the hospital, Chaz Dingle, Lucy Pargeter, received devastating news that Aaron was in a coma following a brain hemorrhage, whilst Robert learned that John had sustained several fractured ribs but would pull through. "Pity," Robert remarked in response, as the Dingles began pointing fingers at him for the incident. Blameless Robert will also face legal consequences as he finds himself under arrest. In the most recent episode, Robert's questioning commenced following his detention on attempted murder charges. The investigating officer appeared skeptical of Robert's assertions regarding John and questioned whether the gorge incident stemmed from jealousy. Meanwhile, John had regained consciousness. He swiftly began weaving a tale to the likes of Victoria Sugden, Isabel Hodgins, and Paddy Kirk, Dominic Brunt, insisting that Robert was to blame. Aaron continued battling for his life. Turning to Reddit, one sharp-eyed viewer questioned, "I know nothing about medicine or healthcare, but would the drugs John gave Aaron not show up in a blood test or something? I'm not sure how long it would take for them to not show up in his system. Could that back up Robert's claims? Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm clueless about that stuff." Another added, "I hope it will be a clue to someone that Robert couldn't have been hurting Aaron, and John was." One viewer chimed in, "I'm about as clueless as you are all, but to me it sounds only logical that they would test their blood and in Aaron's case see that he had powerful sedatives/drugs in his system." Another fan clarified, "Sometimes yes. Some drugs come out the system in 24 hours and only show in blood work after an extended time. Plus they put him on sedatives and induced a coma so it would be contaminated now."